Doctors spent decades telling people depression was a brain problem, low serotonin, broken chemistry, take this pill, fix the imbalance. And millions of people did exactly that, and still felt broken, still anxious, still foggy, still exhausted for no reason they could explain. Here's what those doctors weren't telling you. 95% of your serotonin isn't made in your brain at all. It's made in your gut. And if your gut is inflamed, damaged, or full of the wrong bacteria, your mood will follow. Not might, will. This isn't alternative medicine. This isn't a wellness influencer selling you supplements. This is published neuroscience from Johns Hopkins, Stanford, and University College Cork. And once you understand how this organ actually works, you'll never look at anxiety, depression, or brain fog the same way again. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand your own mental health better than most people who've spent years in therapy, and you will fix it yourself. Your gut has its own nervous system. It's called the enteric nervous system, and it contains over 500 million neurons, more than your entire spinal cord. Scientists don't call it the second brain as a metaphor. They call it that because it functions independently, makes its own decisions, and can operate completely without input from your brain upstairs. And it communicates with the brain through a nerve most people have never heard of, the vagus nerve. Think of the vagus nerve as a two-way highway connecting your gut and your brain. Traffic moves both directions. But here's the fact that stops people cold when they first hear it. 90% of the signals traveling that highway go from the gut UP to the brain, not the other way around. Your gut is talking to your brain far more than your brain is talking to your gut. That means when your gut is in distress, your brain receives that signal constantly, like a car alarm that won't shut off. The brain starts operating in a threat state. Cortisol rises, rational thinking dims, mood crashes. And you sit there, wondering why you feel terrible for no reason. There's a reason. It's just not in your head. Now inside your gut lives roughly 39 trillion bacteria. That number is almost impossible to process. But here's what makes it relevant to your mental health. Those bacteria produce neurotransmitters, the exact same chemical messengers your brain depends on to regulate mood, motivation, focus, and emotional stability. Serotonin, dopamine, GABA, all produced in the gut. When your microbiome, the ecosystem of bacteria living inside you, is healthy and diverse, you get a steady supply of these chemicals feeding upward through the vagus nerve into the brain. You feel regulated, calm, motivated, clear. When that ecosystem gets disrupted through poor diet, chronic stress, alcohol, or repeated antibiotic use, production drops. The signals become erratic. The brain doesn't get what it needs to maintain stability. And here is where this gets genuinely unsettling. Researchers at McMaster University took gut bacteria from anxious mice and transferred it into calm mice. The calm mice became anxious. When they reversed the transfer, the anxious mice calmed down. The bacteria were driving the behavior, not the brain, the bacteria. Now think about what that means for a person who has been anxious their entire life and has never once addressed what's living in their gut. Multiple large-scale human studies have now confirmed what those animal experiments suggested. People with irritable bowel syndrome are up to 3 times more likely to develop clinical depression and anxiety. Not because digestive problems are difficult to live with, though they are, but because the same biological dysfunction produces both conditions simultaneously. The gut and the brain are not separate systems having separate problems. They are one system, failing together. A 2019 study published in Nature Microbiology analyzed the gut bacteria of over 1,000 people and found that 2 specific bacterial groups, Coprococcus and Dialister, were consistently depleted in people diagnosed with depression. Consistently. Across the entire study population. Those aren't just bacteria. Those are the bacteria associated with producing butyrate, a compound that reduces neuroinflammation and supports the gut lining that keeps your blood-brain barrier intact. When the lining breaks down, inflammatory compounds enter the bloodstream. They cross into the brain. They trigger a state called neuroinflammation, now one of the most heavily researched mechanisms behind treatment-resistant depression. This is why some people take antidepressants for years and still don't feel right. The medication is addressing serotonin reuptake in the brain. but it's not addressing the inflamed, depleted, leaky system that stopped producing adequate serotonin in the first place. You're patching the ceiling while the foundation is cracking. Watch for these signs that your gut-brain axis is compromised: chronic bloating or unpredictable digestion, brain fog that peaks after meals, anxiety that spikes for no identifiable reason, emotional flatness or low baseline motivation, poor sleep even when you're genuinely exhausted, mood crashes that seem tied to what you ate. Your body is already flagging this. Most people just don't know what the signals mean. So what do you actually do about it? Step 1. Feed your microbiome, not just your hunger. The bacteria that produce mood-regulating neurotransmitters run on prebiotic fiber: garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, green bananas, chicory root, oats. These aren't health foods in the vague Instagram sense. They are literal substrate for serotonin production. Most people in the Western world eat almost none of them consistently, and their microbiomes show it. One serving per day is a start. The goal is variety and consistency over time. Step 2. Add live bacteria directly. Fermented foods, yogurt with live active cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, kombucha, introduce beneficial bacteria directly into the gut environment. A 2021 Stanford randomized controlled trial found that a high fermented food diet significantly increased microbiome diversity and reduced inflammatory markers in just 10 weeks. 10 weeks for a measurable biological shift in the system, controlling your mental state. Step 3. Seal the gut lining. The gut wall is only one cell thick. Chronic stress, alcohol, ultra-processed food, NSAIDs, and excess refined sugar all damage that lining over time. Once it becomes permeable, once you develop what researchers call intestinal hyperpermeability, inflammatory compounds leak into circulation and go directly to the brain. To repair it, reduce ultra-processed food, prioritize sleep, consider zinc and L-glutamine. Both have solid research behind them for gut lining restoration, and cut back on the inputs that caused the damage in the first place. Step 4. Stimulate the vagus nerve. You can directly improve the quality of gut-to-brain communication through vagal activation. These are the techniques: cold water splashed on your face or the back of your neck, slow diaphragmatic breathing, 4 counts in, 6 counts out, humming or singing, even gargling vigorously with water. All of these have documented evidence for activating vagal tone and measurably reducing anxiety response. They cost nothing. They work within minutes. And most people will never do them because they sound too simple to be real. They're real. Step 5. Stop destroying what you're building. Every course of antibiotics wipes out significant portions of your beneficial microbiome, not just the harmful bacteria. This is not a reason to avoid antibiotics when they're medically necessary. It is a reason to always follow them with a high-quality probiotic and spend the following 2 to 3 weeks actively rebuilding with fermented foods and prebiotic fiber. Most doctors don't tell patients this. Now you know. The organ controlling your mood was never fully in your skull. It's been in your abdomen your entire life, producing your neurotransmitters, sending constant signals to your brain, and responding in real time to everything you eat, everything you drink, and every stressor your body carries. The science on this is no longer fringe. The research is published, replicated, and growing every year. What's lagging behind is public awareness. If you have spent years trying to fix your mental health from the neck up and still feel like something is missing, now you know where else to look. If this video changed how you understand your own body, hit like. It helps more people find this information. Subscribe to Body Science because your body already knows what it needs. We just help you understand it.